Welcome to the Free from Wall Street podcast, where we share how we have done over $200 million in real estate deals to create, preserve, and pass on generational wealth without the roller coaster ride of the stock market. If you're ready to start investing with purpose, visit freefromwallstreet.com. But for now, let's dive into this episode. Today, we have David McKinney from NCF, which is National Christian Foundation. They're one of, maybe if not the larger donor advised fund management companies. We run our donor advised fund with David. It makes everything super seamless and easy. And as entrepreneurs, we have enough to deal with, I think, to not make it complicated. So NCF has made it super easy for us to give and track that giving and manage that process. So I just invited him on here to kind of talk to you guys, briefly about who NCF is, how to get started, how to not wait until you're there to start giving now, right? And that's what we started doing. We started giving 1% of a deal. And the Lake Forest deal, I don't know if we shared this with you guys, but we're giving 20% of our income away from that deal. And it's the biggest deal by 5 times that we've ever done. So, we're trying to continue on that trajectory. So without further ado, David McKinney, thanks for joining us, bud.
All right, thanks, Stephen. It's just for everybody's information. Stephen and I got connected through a couple other folks in the real estate investing world, and I would have to say that, Stephen, you are a leader in the giving aspect of this. A lot of other conversations I've had with folks, they haven't necessarily followed up, and they may have created a fund, but you are the first guy who's led his team in a giving journey like this. And I can't say dollar amount. Yeah, exactly. From Ashton and his crew. I can't say the dollar amount because that's up to you to say, but it's pretty awesome to see what has come in and what's gone out. Like you mentioned it already, a couple plane loads of Afghan refugees have been rescued due to the work that you guys have done. So I don't know what everybody's looking for, what's your knowledge on what a donor advised fund is, but NCF, the National Christian Foundation, was started in 1982 in Atlanta, Georgia. We're based out of Alpharetta. So we've been in the business for quite some time, going on 40 years. And what we do is we operate a donor advised fund, which is exactly what those 3 words are: a donor advised fund. So the donor makes a gift to the foundation, gets an immediate charitable deduction. Our foundation holds it, and the donor advises where those funds are directed via making a grant to a charity, to a 501c3. So it's a really simple process based on trust. I think if you don't trust us to grant the dollars to where you want them to go, then the whole system falls apart. So it's a really, really great and simple process that we operate. We don't have an app, but our website allows you to go on and sign up and create a fund within 5 minutes or less. Click on sign up, and you can create your fund just with short little bit of information and get rolling. We take any sort of contributions, cash, check, debit, credit. We take stocks. We take highly appreciated securities. Our sweet spot in this space, and we're a leader in it, is a non-liquid gift, non-cash gift. So we take a lot of S Corps, partnerships, C Corp. Last week, we took in our biggest gift ever from my office here in Orlando, where I'm located. Did a $13 million gift from someone who's got a company, and they're looking to do some pretty incredible things when that's liquidated later on this year. So it's a pretty neat thing. We have granted over 63,000 charities. We have a charity research department that takes a lot of the burden off of you as the giver and grantor to ensure that who you're granting to is actually a 501c3. You don't have to worry about getting your deduction, because when you give to NCF, your deduction is secure. One of the things that's great about using a donor advised fund is that we're in 1014 right now, 1231. not that far away, 2.5 months away, and you might be looking at your income and saying, hey, I need to give X dollars away, and I don't necessarily know who to give it to secure my deduction for 2021. If you use a donor advised fund, your deduction is secure as soon as you grant it to someone like NCF, to us. We'll then hold those funds for you until you're ready to grant them out. So if you are ready in the day after you make the gift, we'll grant them out for you then. Or if you want to wait 6 months or 6 years, we'll hold it for that long and let it grow and grant it out then. We have 5 separate investment pools within NCF that you can invest those dollars in. So it's not just stagnant, but actually has the ability to grow. We also, if you have a high enough balance, allow you to use your own financial advisor to invest those dollars in the market, in traditional traded assets like stocks and mutual funds. So if you have somebody that you like using and trust them that they're going to grow those dollars larger than just a regular pool will, then we allow you to do that. We do have a minimum of $300K in your balance to do that, though. And really, we're here to make the giving process simple and easy for you and help you be strategic if you have things other than cash that you're looking to give and move your dollars to charity and make an impact there. I'll stop talking and you can ask questions as you see fit, Stephen. I'm putting Cameron to sleep there.
Now it was my turkey sandwich for lunch that's putting me to sleep.
The tryptophan got him. Cool. Well, anybody have any questions about donor advised funds? I mean, David's the man when it comes to this stuff, but I just thought it would be a good refresher course if you guys don't have an intentional giving plan, you don't know where to get started. This is the easiest thing. Literally, we got off the first phone call. Celia went on to ncfgiving.com and just clicked a button, and we had a donor advised fund, which is now the investment purpose fund, in 10 minutes. I personally have done this too, so I can run my tithes and other offerings and giving stuff for my family through there, because anybody ever see my predictive index or culture index? I lose everything. So every time somebody sends me here's your giving balance for the year, right? I get 10 of these things mailed to me at the end of the year saying this is what your total giving was. And I lose all of them. So I just don't take those write-offs and I just whatever. But now I just get to log into my family giving fund, right? And just print out that statement and give it to my accountant. Same thing. Celia would just print out the statement and give it to the accountant. So it makes it super easy too. So, and then you can start an intentional plan. Sean, our chief operating officer, he moves money without even talking to us, right? We decide at the beginning of a deal, what's the percentage going to be? And then all that income comes in and it automatically gets moved, right? So I don't even see it, which is nice from a visionary operator owner perspective, because that money's not there. So just like profit first, it's giving first. The giving comes right out of the account, and then the rest of the money that's left in the account is how we run the business. But I'll shut up now too. If anybody has any.
Well, and I'll just echo on that, the automated element. I'm a Christian, work for a Christian foundation. We tithe, and throughout my own personal history, I can't tell you how many times we've forgotten to write a tithe check to church or something like that. And with our giving fund, we're able to automate it, and it comes out every paycheck, goes into our giving fund, and then you can also automate your granting to charity. So it's essentially you're given to church or to missionaries or to organizations within the community on a monthly basis. I know a lot of nonprofits appreciate big gifts, but they also appreciate the regularity that they can trust that, hey, I'm going to give $100 a month, $1,000 a month, whatever it is, that they know that from a budgeting standpoint, they can count on you as a giver to receive X dollars from them on a monthly basis. And our platform allows that to happen without you really even having to think about it, other than once to set it up.
Awesome. Anybody got any specific questions regarding donor advised funds, benefits, reasons to, not to, anything like that?
I just have one quick question. I'm on your website now. I was looking around.
Mm-hmm.
What is the cost to set up a fund, and what's the minimum amount that you can start with?
So it's free to set up. There's really no minimum. The cost associated with it, we have a $20 a month fee. Once you have dollars in it, it's assessed monthly.
Okay.
And then once you have, it's somewhere between 24 and 25,000 in it. It's 100 bips, 1% of the balance. It's 1% annually assessed monthly. So it's 1/12 of 1% on the balance. I mean, it actually goes even down further into that. It's like 1/365th of 12% per day, kind of on what's in there. So if you really want to dig into the numbers, that's what it is.
No, thanks.
But yeah.
It's
so
cheap.
it's 1% annually. I mean, if one other way you can look at that too is that if you're, it's going to cost you $240 a year for it if you keep dollars in it. So, and from a simplicity standpoint and an automated standpoint, I mean, just from a personal basis, I think it's super worth it. I'll pat my team members on the back. I also think we have pretty good customer service when it comes to any questions, problems, issues that you may have. I mean, we'll do our best to move mountains to make things happen for you if you have issues.
We did run into an issue, right? So I love problems. I don't know if the rest of you entrepreneurs love problems, but I think it's the fastest way to learn anything and to fix anything is to be going through it. That goes personally, business, whatever. Like the fastest way to learn how to swim is by tying an anchor to your legs, right? So we ran into a little bit of an issue when we were trying to fund. What was it, Seal? Was it
the Blessings
for
Project.
the Blessings Project?
Yeah, I was going to jump in. Outstanding service. And actually it came directly from David McKinney, Vice President, who even called me on a Saturday afternoon. So thank you.
Yeah, we were trying to move a lot of money fast, right?
Yeah.
And I forget what the hiccup was, but we're trying to put, this is very rare, right, that this happens, but like the Afghani airport was getting shut down. We're trying to put people on a plane to get refugees off the ground before, chaos breaks loose. And he did. I mean, it was, I don't know how long it was going to take, should have taken, and actually took, but we got all that stuff taken care of because, and I got a call after it was resolved. I didn't even know there was a problem yet. And it was resolved. And David called me and said, hey, let me explain to you what happened here. And it was just, we were really impressed because, things just got moved really, really quickly. And that's not typically, you don't need to give very quickly, typically, right? You don't need to move, 50 grand in 72 hours, but we did for this particular thing. And, so we appreciated the customer service, and he stayed on top of it until it was resolved. And not that I see that happening a lot in, the world of giving, but it did happen for us. And the fact is that it got taken care of really quickly. And we really appreciated it.
And just to jump onto that, we're an office in Orlando of 6 people. Our national office has about 190 folks that do all our back office stuff, processing, all our finance. And we have a legal team. Basically, we have almost probably one of the best in-house gift planning attorney shops in the country, if you will. So if folks are looking at giving business interest, whether it's partnerships, like I said earlier, C Corp, S Corp kind of giving, we go through the whole process with the giver, illustrate it, and then it's up to the giver to decide if that's something that they want to do. And we don't charge anything for that at all. It's just part of what we do. And if somebody goes through that process, we've seen some pretty amazing growth happen for families from a faith perspective there too.
Awesome. Well, if there's not any more questions, anybody have anything else? I
do have one more thing. How do you choose who the money goes to?
So that's totally up. That's totally up to you. So that's where that's the donor advising on the fund kind of aspect is. We're really just a conduit, or one way to think about it is a charitable checking account. We become your charitable checking account.
I see.
Another way to think about it is it's capital, and this just becomes your charitable capital that you're holding at NCF rather than on your own balance sheet. That's all.
I got it. This is great. Thank you so much, David.
Yeah, no problem.
Danny Lynn, it's super, the platform is super user friendly. Not only can you set up the one time and reoccurring giving, but you actually enter in the 501c3 or the foundation that you like to give to. And if they're not already in NCF system, they're going to go ahead and vet that nonprofit for you.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it's we even take like tiny local nonprofits that nobody may have ever heard of outside of your town or whatever, or that's something that you're passionate about. I don't know why this.
Yeah, I mean,
mind,
so
but like your local SPCA kind of a thing, and we'll do the research and make sure they're a 501c3 and have the right address that can receive a check, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I recently sponsored through our donor advised fund a charity golf tournament in the Belfair, like the club that I live in. And I thought for sure that we'd have to go through like the vetting process or whatever, but no, they were in the database, and it's literally like just the community of 500 homes in here that all give to this one fund. So I thought for sure we would have to go through the vetting process, but they had it on there. We sent them a check out the next day, sponsored the tournament, and, so all kinds of really cool stuff. And for me, it's easy, right? And so Celia manages that. I mean, part of her job description now is to spend 6 to 8 hours a week just with our nonprofit partners and,
Nice.
looking for new nonprofit partners and then dealing with it. But this, I would say, is the smallest time that you have to spend on that, right, Seal? It's set it and forget it.
Right.
Is there like a database of organizations that are already in there that we can look at?
Basically, when you go to make a grant, an initiated grant, you just type in who it is that you're going to grant to, and hopefully who you're going to grant to will pop up. And
Okay.
depending upon what the name is, there might be 100 pop up if it has something that's like a common word or whatever. And if it's not in there, you don't find it. I mean, if you have a problem or an issue, you can give me a call or shoot me an email and we can work through it. And if you need to add it, it's really easy to add into the system, and our folks will do all the work necessary to make sure that it actually is a 501c3 and that kind of thing. There's a lot of quote nonprofits that aren't actually nonprofits yet and don't have their IRS letter of determination or it's lapsed or whatever. And you think you're getting a deduction and you can claim it. But if you're ever audited, it could be an issue, but you're getting your deduction when you give to your donor advised fund.
Got it.
So
Cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. I think one quick thing, I mentioned it earlier, we're sitting in the middle of October. One of the biggest benefits of a donor advised fund is that you can give into it and just let the money sit, and you've secured your charitable deduction. I can't tell you how many friends I've talked to that are at the end of the year and are scrambling to make a gift somewhere, anywhere, just to get their deduction. This allows you the flexibility to make a grant to charity when you're ready and when you have all the information available that you want to, so you can make an impact, rather than just, throwing money at something just to get a deduction.
Mm-hmm.
Takes away the spray and pray philosophy. You can do it after the first of the year. So
Love it.
cool. Well, David, thank you so much. We're going to send this out to the rest of the people that sometimes jump out on this call. So we'll have David's contact information in that email that we send out to all you guys. If you have any questions or anything. And then if you do just want to go to NCF and start, then you can go to ncfgiving.com and then just make sure you select the Orlando office, right? So that David is your point of contact. Yep. And it's super easy. So thanks, David. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no problem. If you want, I can share our website real quick. Just show everybody.
Yep.
There it is.
Feel free.
I think you've disabled the screen sharing.
Oh, I do that often.
And I also have all of David's information in the contact spreadsheet as well.
So hopefully everybody can see this.
Yep.
Basically, to open a fund, you just click this open fund, and just because of the way Zoom works, it won't probably show it, but a pop-up happens. Can you guys see that open a fund?
Yep.
Yep.
Then this is how difficult it is. It's really pretty simple.
Nice.
That's it. And then you've got your giving fund, and move on from there. That's easy.
Yeah. Yeah. For us, it was like, okay, I felt like it became like this big thing. Like, all right, I just want to give, but how do I give? When do I give? Like, what percentage do I give? Who do I give to? And this just allowed us to start immediately. And then it just started rolling, right? It became much easier. So.
Right. And some nonprofits prefer to have the check sent on the 1st or the 15th, and it takes all of that guesswork out. So you're able to plan.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Thanks for having David on.
Cool. Thanks David. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks for listening to the Free from Wall Street podcast. If you like what you hear, leave us a rating and review and let us know what you think.